Hey everybody, welcome to Show Business After Hours. Yeah, right. You guys are laughing already. If anybody doesn't know, this is the R-rated version of Show Business, which is over on Williscredia. Link is down below, and that's the guy you see right under me here, CP. And at the bottom is Peter from a couple different channels.
Yes.
Which
weird channels.
Well, let
Yeah,
them
there you
plug
go.
them on your channel.
Yeah,
'cause this is-
go ahead, Peter.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Peter from. I do a thing called the Daily Beard, which is like a vlog thing every day. I do like a 5-minute vlog on various topics, and I have a movie channel where I review movies occasionally. I have a lot of older movie reviews called Bearded Movie Guy.
Okay. Yeah, and this is the first time we're doing it on my channel, the After Hours. Things tend to get a little heated in the after hours here.
I don't know if heated's the word I'd use, but just a little.
A little scandalous.
A little
Yes,
scandalous. There
scandalous
you
is a
go,
better way to
Peter.
put it.
There you go.
Little,
Yeah.
morally risque.
So listener discretion is advised. So there you go.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, this is a show CP started, and I joined a few months ago, and I love these guys. This is fun for me. Very entertaining, and I'm glad I'm part of it now. And so yeah, we decided to switch this up, and he's got the real show business with the numbers and the box office and all
The
that.
real show business.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the sloppy after hours. So
So we're just BSing about
Yeah.
box office numbers and stuff like that, and the aftermath that comes from those discussions. And this is just a more long form version of that.
We also swear on this one where they don't
Yes.
swear much on the other one.
We try not to. Lindsay keeps fucking it up.
Exactly. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, to the weekend that was, Endgame came in first with $357 million. Captain Marvel in second with 8.3. Curse of La Llorona, third with 8 million. Breakthrough in fourth with 6.8, and Shazam in fifth with 5.6. And boy, did we all fuck up last week because
Oh my
I'm not in
God.
first place anymore. I like this.
Oh, we should.
I like this.
Yeah, we
Go
should.
ahead.
So if you can stop whining about me being in first place all this.
I was going to say we should say for anybody, probably most of the people know who CP is and his channel who are here watching. But anybody that doesn't know, that this kind of after hours, we talk a little bit about our more towards the end, but we keep score every week on picks 1 through 5 as they come in, from the box office numbers. And you see the stuff down at the bottom there and all that good stuff. And it always fluctuates depending. So it's just a game we play too. It makes it fun and enjoyable. So
We're degenerates about box office stuff.
We are, yeah.
So to explain why there's like 0.23 and stuff like that, every column for first place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, there's 1 point to be rewarded. So if a couple of us get the same pick, that 1 point gets split. So if like this week, all 4 of us had Endgame in first, we only get 0.25, a quarter of a point for that. None of us had anything in second, so there was no points awarded. Nobody had anything in third, so no points awarded. Dino was the only one who had Breakthrough, so he gets that full point. And none of us had anything in fifth, so no points were awarded.
Wow, we all screwed up big time.
Except one of us. We always, at least once a month, we do a number guess on the big movie of the month. And obviously for April, it was Avengers Endgame.
300 and a penny. Go ahead.
Listen, I don't feel bad anymore because I was going to say 305, but it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
So I think Lindsay guessed 270. I think Peter guessed 290.
I don't know.
It was upside down. You were wrong, whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever.
And Dino guessed 300, and I guessed 300 and a penny. And who?
Just made it, yeah.
Just
CP1.
made it.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say 305, but I just wanted to hedge my bets there, and it doesn't matter either way. What's up? John, Tim? Tim, John, Daniel Hammond. What's up, guys? Right. So, with all that explained, Dino has taken over first place,
Woo.
and Peter is now in second.
That has nothing to do with this being on his channel this week. Wink, wink. Nothing at all.
Here's your prize.
Breakthrough of all movies I pick. The
How
Lord
come I
was
had
looking
all
down
that
on me.
time and it was never on my channel. I was in first place for weeks.
It could be if you want. Shit.
Yeah. If we put it on my channel, 0 people will watch it. So
No.
So let's stick it on Dino's channel. That's fine.
Well, everybody's
We'll
a little
rotate
bit closer. I was a full like 5 points away a couple of weeks ago, but now everybody's like first, 1 point to second, 1 point to third, and I'm about a point and a half behind Lindsay. So now
we're all pretty close, man.
yeah, sure. I'm a little bit closer to Lindsay. That's all I could say.
And thanks for everybody showing up and coming over here. So yeah.
Sure. What do we got? What do we got?
Daniel Hammond is Brie Larson is why Endgame is succeeding.
Oh, Daniel Hammond. I think Lindsay on the first show business brought up about Brie Larson and that scene in the Avengers where all the lower female heroines had to come up and
Did you say lower?
be well, they're not big.
Not as powerful.
There you go. Lackluster,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say.
Lower.
You think she had anything to do with that negotiation, though? You know, let's put this in.
I doubt it.
No,
That
okay.
that bothered me, but for probably a different reason than it would bother other people.
Well, tell us. Why did it bother you?
Well, okay, you have this giant battle, right, going on.
Okay, yeah.
Thousands of people fighting. Yet every woman all ended up in the same exact place at the same exact time to be able to do that crap.
They made a conscious effort to make sure
They
they
were like,
together.
we better get over there in particular. And, you know, I could have just made a really sexist joke, but I'm not going to. But,
Well,
you know,
it's after hours.
I know, but I don't want to make the sexist joke anyways.
I
But
think
you
they all had a book club meeting. Is what was going
Yeah,
on.
there you go. Dino will make it for me or something. But like it's just
Sorry,
like I get
Mr.
it.
Stark.
Female empowerment. I'm all about female empowerment. I like you know I got a wife and daughters and stuff, so I'm full for that.
Oh, so same here.
But
Same
it just was like it was so obvious over the top, and then it was like the reality was not all those people would be close enough to do that in a fight that size. Like why would they all end up right there?
Yeah.
So that like it was just geography going, really? They're all right there going, yeah, we're ready. We knew she'd need us right now. So
just didn't make no sense. Yeah.
and meanwhile, she doesn't really need any of them.
Right. Well,
It's
yeah.
like
Captain
she could
Marvel,
just-
especially. Yeah.
I was like, she could just literally, she had to go through everyone. I'm like, she can fly. Why didn't she go up above everyone and land where she needed to go? She didn't have to go through anyone. So
Well, Scarlet Witch held her own on her own for a bit there. That was a nice scene where she kind of took out her.
she got all pissed at Thanos and
Yeah. What the hell's his name? What's his name?
Thanos.
No, the other one, the one she was banging.
Oh, Vision.
Vision. Yeah.
Ooh,
taking
she was
out her-
banging Vision, huh?
She was avenging Vision.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Thanos, Peter? I mean, I was telling them earlier, I'm like, you know, my biggest thoughts on Thanos in the comic books anyways, I mean, was always the battles between him and Galactus and Silver Surfer too. I love that interaction in the storylines with those two, but yeah, a little different in this movie, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of different. I don't know. They had to kind of depower him to a degree. With that, like I don't know. I when Lindsay said he wasn't a very good villain, I was like, what? Why wasn't he a very good villain? He was a really good villain in the last movie. Why wasn't he a good villain in this one? But I don't know. I thought he did exactly what. Like I like the fact that he's literally just sitting there at one point, and they're like, "You just sitting there?" And I'm like, and they're like, "We should go get him." And it's just like he's sitting there because he doesn't. He's
Oh. Yeah, Nebula says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Waiting."
waiting.
Yeah.
Go get my gauntlet for me. And he's just like sits down and like Captain America and Iron Man and like Thor are all just like, what's he doing? Just waiting. Okay, let's go kill him. You know, it's like, but it's like he's just like, I don't know, I got time. So I don't know. I thought he was pretty good. I thought the fights were good.
Sure.
I like I was impressed overall with the whole movie. Like it's funny because I was talking to someone who one of the guys that went with us. His dad went the night before with his friend, and he's kind of a big movie guy. Occasionally he says stuff I totally disagree with, but I was just like, he's like, oh, I think it's better than The Dark Knight. And I'm like, slow your roll, dude. I was like, it's not better than The Dark Knight. I'm like, but I'm like, even if I said it's really hard to compare, but it's still not better. But it's like, here's why it's hard to compare. This movie is the culmination of 21 other films.
A decade plus, yeah.
And that's a decade long building to this moment. And they, even in the film, play in those other films.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they return to those other films and like, play in that world that they've already established.
They Back to the Future to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And they make reference to it, that it's like, which I thought was also funny. But it's like, it has all that propping it up, right? Like The Dark Knight, you could say, well, it has Batman, but it's like, no, The Dark Knight works because, like, sure, it has Batman Begins setting up the universe and all that stuff, but it didn't need all of this to prop it up. It's like, this only works because of the 10 years of backstory you have going into it. And you were saying, like, could you go see the film without seeing every Marvel movie? Yeah, you could. And it's still entertaining, but they do reward you for, like, literally watching. Like, there was a thing someone published on the. It has a picture of the Wasp, and behind her are the gates opening up from Doctor Strange, with a whole bunch of people coming through them, and Howard the Duck is one of the people coming through the gates.
What?
Hell? What?
Because Howard the Duck is in Guardians of the Galaxy at the end. The Collector had him. And so, literally, Howard the Duck was on the playing field at the end there in the big fight scene.
That's pretty funny.
And I'm just like that is some fan service right there.
Yeah.
But, it's like, so if you've watched all the films,
they called Howard the Duck in.
It rewards you by noticing things and going second.
Easter eggs, sure.
Yeah, it's like, it totally pays. And it's like, how I thought it was cool that you were going back, and I'm assuming the moment you said that kind of got you a little teary, was that Howard and Tony?
Oh no, it wasn't that. It was Tony. It was Tony when he hugs Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, okay.
And Spider-Man goes, "This is nice." That was really sweet. Like, I really didn't expect to be emotional like that, but like, it just fucking hit me. Like, I don't know why, but it hit me.
No, it was really, because for him, it's like he's been gone for 5 years, but for Spider-Man, he's been gone for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like he wasn't feeling well and dusted, and then woke up. And Doctor Strange, he's like, and Doctor Strange explained this, and then this, and then open up some portals, and it's just like, I just want to hug you, man, because my whole life's been messed up for the last 5 years, and it's like, I thought I failed you, and so
the emotions this movie packed, really, like, for as much as I'm tired of guy saves the day, this, that, and the other, that first act, like, meant so much to me, because like, it showed like what could happen.
The impact of 5 years. And Thor. The depressing angle of just losing yourself and getting all fat. But Captain America being a superhero in real life, normal nonsense things, when like he's just a dude in a support group being the emotional version of a superhero, which was just a neat touch. I really give that movie so much credit for that scene. Yeah. Now, was the guy who talked about going on the date, was that one of the Russo brothers?
Yes, it was.
I was like, immediately, I'm like, I swear that's a Russo brother. I don't know which one it is, Joe or Anthony. I don't know if I know one of them's named Joel. But I was like, that's a Russo right there. I swear that's a Russo. And then his character was gay, so I'm like, oh, is he gay in real life? It's like, I don't know. Now I have to question these things.
Ask Brian about that scene because
Yeah, I know. I saw his thing, and I was like, really? That bothered you? Like that didn't bother me.
Really? Huh.
The woman thing bothered me more, but only because of the geography of the reality of what would be in a battle scene that big. You know. But that didn't bother me at all. I didn't really care.
This show could also be called Three White Men Angrily Discuss Progressive Things in Movies.
Race, gender, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Things that, we probably shouldn't talk about.
Right.
Dino, did you see all the news about Brie Larson on the press junket pissing people off? I'm pretty sure you probably watched it.
I talked about it last week.
Did we?
Yeah, I talked about it, and you guys hadn't seen it yet.
Right. Since then, we've seen it. So
where she's needling Don Cheadle, and Don Cheadle's like, "Don't touch me."
Yes. Yeah. It's like, and then the Jeremy Renner thing, which CP has kind of, a good point with, I guess. But he still seemed very agitated on what she was saying in regards to the interview.
She spends like 3 minutes talking and like about how her celebrity is so important, and
right.
And he's just like, I'm a good person, I try and do good things, moving on.
Yeah.
He just kind of was like, I don't really worry about it.
Genuinely, I felt something between Chris Hemsworth too. Again, is it all for publicity's sake? I don't know.
If it was very poorly done, because she doesn't come off looking really good.
No, she don't.
Yeah. We're just like, that doesn't look good. It's like,
to me, it seems like they all hate it. They hate that it's all ending and they're leaving it to her, and I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
It's like clickbait catnip, though, because
it totally
man,
is. I can tell you.
Oh, my Brie Larson hates you thumbnail.
Yeah, hates you thumbnail with the poop emoji.
Yeah. I think I watched something from those. I think one of the bigger channels that did stuff like that on a daily basis was like The Quartering, Geeks and Gamers and stuff like that. So I get suggested those videos every now and again. And sure enough, these clickbaity looking thumbnails, and I'm like, I'll bite.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And it's just, they're blowing a lot out of proportion.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Daniel Hammond loves Larson. Apparently, he says we're being racist, and I'm thinking that's sarcasm, but
I would hope so.
It's sarcasm.
You never tell. It's sarcasm. It's hard to translate sometimes.
Followed by all hail Larson. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with White Tim. Fat Thor is finally a superhero I can dress like at Halloween. I can aspire. I'm trying to get thin enough that I can become Fat Thor for Halloween.
Thin enough.
I gotta lose about 40 more pounds, and I can be Fat Thor for Halloween.
Yeah, he was a toned fat guy. He was pretty. He still looked pretty good for some.
Rocket the hug.
He was husky.
That's so great.
Yikes.
So, but no, I enjoyed the movie a heck of a lot. I thought it was freaking entertaining, and is it freaking as good as The Dark Knight? No, but is it Marvel's best movie? I would say yes.
Infinity Wars was pretty darn good, but
yeah,
I liked Infinity War, but I think this one tops it. Like,
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Felix says you need to bring me in the stream to bring in color to the conversation.
Oh, jeez.
Mexican doesn't count, Felix. Sorry, you have to be black. That's the only way we get color in here.
There's all many shades of brown, apparently.
You know what? We need a black lesbian female. Obviously female. Duh.
Just to balance us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll scour the internet for someone. Yeah. Right.
And then we could talk about all these things.
Yeah.
So Peter, all right. So it's not the greatest comic book movie. It's not the best Marvel movie by your opinion. Does it?
No, it is the best Marvel movie in my opinion.
Oh, you did say that. I was thinking it.
No, it is the best Marvel movie.
So it deserves this strong weekend then, as far as you're concerned.
Again, put it on its own. Don't have 21 films propping it up. I saw the thing where Brie Larson, they're like, "Oh, you're the first female superhero movie that made it to $1 billion." She's like, "Yes, I am." And it's like, slow down. It's like if you take that exact movie and take it out of the Marvel universe and just put that exact movie having nothing to do with Marvel, it doesn't come anywhere close to $1 billion.
It's like in the bottom quarter of the movies too, because I was trying to rank them the other day, and I'm like, yeah, Captain Marvel isn't even.
It's near the bottom for me. It's
God.
It's not a bad movie. It's just not great in any way. And again, she has no character arc at all.
It's on the bottom of the list for me.
I was talking to
I've
someone
seen them all
like,
except the new one. That's all.
I was talking to the guy who thought it was better than the Dark Knight Endgame, and he said, "Well, Thor never really had a character arc." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like Thor starts Thor as, "I'm the best thing in the world. I deserve to be king." Thor ends Thor with, "I know shit, and my dad needs to take over, and I need a lot of work done before I'm ready to be king." Like that's like he's totally humbled and like he's like, "I'm not ready to be king. I could never be as good a king as you." And like in the beginning, he's like, "Let me be king. I'm going to be the best king ever." You know, so it's like he grew. Captain Marvel doesn't grow at all. Captain Marvel still doesn't grow in this film, but I liked her better in this film than I did her own film.
Yeah, she has powers, but by the end, she uses them. Like that's the only. Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no character arc there. She doesn't change as a person.
She breaks the restraint. That's.
Yeah, but she would have done that eventually, anyways, regardless.
Right.
Like that didn't make her. That didn't change her as as an actual person. She was just, you know.
And even without her arc, the movie is just kind of. Vanilla. Just.
Yeah, it's very by the numbers, paint by numbers kind of movie. Mm-hmm. And again, that doesn't make it bad, but it doesn't make it great, and you know,
doesn't make it good either. It just makes it.
Yeah, it's just it was, you know.
And then you factor in she's just been a fucking sweetheart outside of this movie.
Oh, right.
It just doesn't make the heart grow fonder. That's for certain.
Yeah.
Do you think? So there's been this rumor going around that they shot 2 different or multiple versions of Endgame, and this was an altered version because of the backlash from Captain Marvel. Do you believe that there's any weight behind that?
No, not really.
Even though she's not in that movie very much?
I don't think they...
plus.
Putting her front and center in that movie is, in my opinion, would have been a slap in the face to the people who've been there since the beginning. Like, you put her as one of the main characters in that movie, like, putting Nebula as one of the main characters worked because, again, she had a story arc, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What story arc, if you put her in the main thing, what story arc is there for her? She's still, like, you know, Nebula had to basically, you know, do what she did at the end of the film. Like she severed all ties with the past, let's say. Like, you know, gave up everything. Captain Marvel, if you made her one of the main characters, what does she give up? What does she grow? How does she change? Everyone has some kind of arc. Like Captain America totally has an arc in this movie. He, you know, because think about it. In the beginning, he's at a support group and then says, yeah, we can't let things go. We can't move on.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, what's he do?
He
moves on.
Well, sort of. He rewinded.
Yes, but that's how he moved on. Like, he literally did he come back and, you know?
Yeah. All right. I see. That's a fair. Yeah. Okay.
He literally chose to have a life. He
yeah. It's not moving on.
He put down his shield and chose to have a life, which he couldn't be able to do until, like, Thor gave up being king. You know, it's like everyone has an arc, but what would hers be? Because it's like, again, she doesn't give up anything. So
there's a lot more planets that need help, not just Earth. So she's got to go take care of all that shit.
Yeah, and so again, I don't hate Captain Marvel, but
Dude,
if they had made her the main focus or one of the main focuses, it would have just been weird because it's like this is the payoff to 10 years of filming, and then you're like, oh, but we're gonna make one of the most important people in the film the thing we just introduced right before the film. And so it's like they brought her in as they gave her moment, as far as I'm concerned.
mm-hmm.
And now she can move on and be big. So.
I think I've spoken about this. What's the echo coming from?
What the hell?
The what?
There's an echo.
I don't know.
So I think I brought this up 2 of the 3 times that I've been in spoiler chats. Explain to me then, when she's this important space realm watcher, whatever the fuck the technical version of her is, when she comes down to Earth and says, I have other things I have to go take care of, how is repairing that half of living things have disappeared not at the top of things to do?
Sorry, what do you mean?
So Captain Marvel comes around, she pushes Tony Stark down to Earth,
Yeah.
and she hangs out for a little bit, but then leaves.
That's 5 years later at that point.
Well, even still, how is it that half of all living things in the universe, not just Earth, being gone and getting a solution to fixing that, how is that not the most important thing for... All right, so better yet, what could be more important than that Captain Marvel would leave?
All right, but so the way it plays out in the movie, she brings Tony back. Mm-hmm. Tony freaks out on Cap, and then it cuts to 5 years. They go do what they do with Thanos, right?
Yeah. She says, "I'm gonna go kill him," and they go and help.
Let's just do spoilers straight up. Sorry, Dino. If I'm
that's all right.
They kill him. They kill him. All the Infinity Stones are gone. Right. So as far as they're concerned, they have no way to reverse this. They go for 5 years, and they just move on and try and make work wherever they're working in the universe. So that's why you see Black Widow is kind of in charge of everything, and War Machine's in Mexico, and Rocket and Nebula are somewhere, and she is somewhere else, and they're basically running around the galaxy, running around Earth, running around wherever they need to be, and just playing damage control at that point. They're not trying anymore to fix the problem. They can't fix the problem as far as they're concerned. So it's not until Scott comes out of the truck and they start talking time travel do they all of a sudden go, whoa, we can maybe fix this. Mm-hmm. As far as the theme is at that point that they're fucked. It's done. They can't go back. They can't change anything because the stones are gone. Right. So that's why she's off doing her thing and saying, listen, there's a bunch of crap out here I got to take care of because there's a lot. Every planet has half the people missing, and you guys are at least taking care of your planet, but all these other planets don't got anybody.
I guess it's just strange that she's somewhat crucial there in the beginning, and then she is gone.
In the beginning. But once she kills Thanos, what is there left for her to do on Earth particularly?
Yeah, and then she comes down to 9/11 right into their ship.
Yeah.
During the fight scene, and
I'm assuming. Right, because she says, "Don't expect to hear from me anytime soon."
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the whole thought is when Ant-Man comes and Tony's like, "Okay, I can fix this," and they send the call out for everybody. Rocket and Nebula come back. War Machine comes back. They put a call out to her.
Ant-Man loses a taco too.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
He gets 2 back from Hulk. It's fine.
But I can't wait for Captain America 2. I mean, Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah.
We know you can't.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's gonna be so fun.
So they come back. I'm assuming the whole thought is she got called, but she's somewhere else doing something, and that's why she doesn't come back until then. She's been on her way back this whole time, or whatever, and then she just shows up during the battle. So.
Okay. I guess. Fuego said before, I just heard about an extended fight scene being heavily condensed. interesting.
I think I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
With her and Thanos, or
the fight
Just
scene.
one of the fight scenes. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure
guess
which one it was.
the fight scene in general, I guess.
actually, it was not Doctor Hulk. It was Professor Hulk Raiders. There you go. My daughter told me it's Professor Hulk.
Doctor.
She said there's 1,000 of planets in the universe, not all have superheroes like Earth. That is accurate. Yes. I mean, I guess it's just so
There's a
strange.
lot going on in the universe.
When you think about the things that happen in that movie, like she says, "I'm gonna go kill him," ends up that she's not doing that. She doesn't,
Well,
she's there but not important, I think is the best way to put it.
well, for that fight, she
Just in general.
Well, like for when they go on that planet and kill him, like she basically chokes him and holds him, and then Thor kills him. So like she basically does grab him and hold him down, and then they notice the fact that the Infinity Stones are gone. So it was like, well, what's the point if the Infinity Stones are gone? And then Thor's just like, oh, well, this is the point. I'm gonna chop his head off. So
yeah, she has a moment where during the fight she's holding her own against him, and then he's got to take the Power Stone and fucking pummel her in the head, and then that's it. And like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So it's
she destroys his ship, and then she fights him and gets the glove to. Well, I don't know where she gets the glove. It ends up on him anyways.
I mean, I tell you what, if there was anybody, not even anybody who ends up winning, if there was anybody that really shone in that fight, it was Scarlet Witch, because he's so fucked up. He calls down the missiles and shit because he's got nothing for her.
Yeah,
I thought that was really
I totally. She basically was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." It's like this is not gonna be a fight. This is me killing you.
Fucking
and then she starts
Fuego
stripping the armor off him and ripping his skin, and exactly. And he's just like, "Okay, barrage anytime now." Like.
But we have soldiers down there. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Send it down.
Fuego's always got a lot to say. You need to be on here, Fuego. Get you on here, man.
But yeah, I agree. She did have a more Again, I like to think it's them paying off. Like she has way more anger with Thanos than Captain Marvel does. As far as we know, Captain Marvel didn't even lose anyone in the snap because she only had 2 people.
She had a moment where she did a pouty blink when they showed the people dead, and it was Nick Fury.
Pouty blink?
Okay, so she lost Nick Fury, but like,
yeah.
but like she didn't lose. Like, it doesn't show that she lost her friend and the daughter, right? Like,
right.
So
it
it doesn't
strange.
even mention that. So it's like, who's lost more, her or Scarlet Witch? Scarlet Witch. So.
You're too late, Felix.
Nick Fury, but everyone lost Nick Fury. Nick Fury was friends with everybody else too.
Well, the interesting thing about that fight scene is it's not really from anybody's perspective. You don't really have focus. Like, shit, if you're with Scarlet Witch for the lead up until her fighting Thanos, that would be neat. It's the fight is just happening. It's just all these characters getting together. You don't really see it from a perspective. No. Which, if you did, you need another extra hour and a half just to get everybody's personal investment.
I thought it was an impressive fight, like fight choreography, fight geography, and like I just watched Game of Thrones and had trouble understanding what was happening half the time in the fight.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I was just like, where are they? Like, it was so dark, and I was like, I think that guy died.
That sucks. I got it DVR'd, so I still got to watch it.
It's not terrible by any stretch, but it's just there's so much going on. It's hard to tell sometimes who lived and who died. I'm still not sure if certain members of the cast, their characters died, because I'm like, you see them like just in a throng of people, and then they're like, oh, they died, and then it's like next thing 2 minutes later you see them running around. It's like, oh, they're alive. Okay, and then again they get later. So I don't know. I thought that the fight geography was much better again, except I don't understand how every woman in the whole battlefield ended up in one shot all at the same time. But, no, I agree with you 100%. Black Widow's was much, or not Black Widow, sorry, Scarlett Johansson. Scarlet Witch. I keep on calling her.
Scarlet Witch.
I did it all like when I was talking to Emily
Yeah.
about it, and she's like, "Wait, that's
Scarlet
not." Yeah.
Witch.
Three
has
different
a
names.
much more interesting take with her than Captain Marvel does. But again, Captain Marvel doesn't have history with him at all. So again, she has no like she wants to do good because she's a good person, but she doesn't have any history with these people.
Yeah.
The same way that everyone else does. So
Just needed to be inserted in the film. That's all.
yeah.
It sucks that I did not see this movie this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
really good,
pissed.
you know, it's really good.
Ugh.
I thought it was really well done.
Just for conversations, you know, too. It's
There's
just
callbacks in the movie to other things. Like there's a great Captain America moment in an elevator.
Oh, yes, the Hail Hydra moment.
Yeah, it's such a great little moment. It's like, because you're like, for a heartbeat, you're like, is he going to be like, okay, before we get started, does anyone want to get off and stuff? But like, and then you're like, no, he's not going to do that. I know exactly what he's going to do. He just leans in. He's like, Hail Hydra. So, like, I thought that was really good. Like, I don't know. There's so many. What's my favorite moment is Captain America the Hammer. Just like straight. That was.
Everybody went bonkers for that.
Yeah, that's my favorite moment in the film as far as I'm concerned. Like, I love everyone coming through the portals and all that crap. That's awesome. But that was my like, oh my lord. And Thor's like, I knew it.
I liked when Giant Man punched that thing.
I
out of
did
the
like
sky.
when Giant Man punched that thing. I was like, look at that. It's like Scott Lang getting some punches in. He's just like,
He was such a fangirl in that movie too. It was just so fucking funny.
and I like when Rocket's like, he's good at that. And he's like, right? Yes.
Thor's drunk and telling the story of something, and everybody's just like, dude, you know, you're not in the right mind, and and he's like, that's a god talking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm hopefully seeing it again this week, sometime. My wife didn't get to see it because she was away for the weekend, so that's why like she's not in that picture. Of like on my Instagram, there's a picture, or on my Facebook of like 16 of us that went to see it. But my daughters.
How'd you get 16 seats all together? Jeez.
I had to the morning the tickets went on sale. Or the next morning, actually, I went on and we went to a 2D showing. That was one of the big selling points. I didn't want to have to pay for 3D. And we went to a theater that wasn't as nice as some of the other theaters. Like, so it wasn't the reclining seats and all that crap.
Gotcha.
And I went online and checked, and they had like a bunch of seats in the middle. And I just was like, okay. And they would only let me buy 8 of them. So I bought 8 and then like immediately went back in and bought the next 8. And then that was it. And then it was like, okay, and I have 16 tickets. I was like, everyone pay me back, please.
Yikes.
But yeah, so that's how I ended up doing. Everyone was like, how did you get that? I'm like, I don't know. Just like basically as soon as I could, I went and got the tickets. So
How early though?
The morning after they went on sale.
Oh, so early.
So yeah, early, like weeks, like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks early. I bought tickets.
Wow.
So as soon as I could, I basically, well, not as soon, like the next day, basically, because we decided what time we were going to and stuff on the Tuesday night, and I think on the Wednesday morning I bought all the tickets. So, but again, I didn't want to see it in 3D. I don't really like 3D.
Yeah, what did I say? This is the movie you should see in IMAX, I think.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but I don't like, you know, I don't if I'm just going myself, that's one thing, but when I got to buy, like, even if it was just me and my daughters, like like our tickets were $11 each. It's like if I went to see it in 3D IMAX,
$11, man, you got robbed.
That's the cheapest I can get a ticket.
$15.50 here.
Yeah, no, $11, but that was it's for like one of the theaters that doesn't have the super nice reclining seats. If I went to the reclining seat one, it would have been around $16 a ticket. If I went to a 3D one, it would have been around $20 a ticket. If I went to the adult one, where it's only, we have theaters that you have to be 19 to get in because they serve alcohol and they'll serve food at your seat and all that kind of crap. That one would have been like 25 to 28 per ticket. So,
do you get something on top of the ticket? Like
nope.
28 just to be at a bar?
It's around, it's probably around $25 a ticket, and you and you get you get the reclining seat and all that stuff, and there's a table at your seat that swivels, and then there are waiters in the theater.
So Felix is reminding me that's Canadian. That's Canadian dollars.
Yes.
So it might
it's like
be
$4.50 American. Yeah, something like that.
That makes a little bit of sense. So wait, $11 is probably shit. That's actually pretty damn cheap then.
Yeah.
Wow.
25 is
still up there.
That much extra you're paying double plus just to have access to alcohol. That's insane.
Well, that, and you won't have any teenagers in your theater. So you got to be 19. You won't.
Wow.
You have to be 19 to get into that section of the movie theater.
Oh, that might actually be worth it.
I know. I'm going to say
there's a bunch of older people that go see those movies all the time.
Yeah.
I've done it several times. I did it when Wind River. I don't know if you guys ever saw Wind River, but that came out, and it wasn't playing anywhere else but at one of the theaters that was adult theater. Like it's a theater that, like, so in my theater in Pickering.
I like adult theaters.
They bought it. They opened the theater a little while ago. So you go in, and to the right is the 19 plus showing, where they have like a lounge with a pool table and like proper bar and a restaurant, and like I said, like you could get nachos, but you can also get like steak delivered to your seat. It's just freaking expensive. So, and then like on the other side, they have the regular theaters with like the 3D and all that crap that regular people go to. So, I don't know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So Fuego's sending me a message. Dino.
Oh yeah.
To drop in. So I don't know. Do you have his stuff?
Just add him to the call.
I don't think I have his Skype thing.
Oh, I thought you did.
I thought I did too. I don't. So yeah.
Okay. Well.
Fuego, if you're in the thing, just send us a thing or whatever. If you're in the thing, send us a thing. Or
if you're in the thing, send us a thing.
So this weekend.
Send a message on Twitter or something. Your Skype ID.
Yeah. This weekend, a bunch of Drek comes out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ugh.
And three pieces of Drek. Not even like one movie.
I'm a little shocked anything's coming out this weekend. Like you'd think they'd just be like, no, let's just push it. Like, you know.
There's 3 movies on at least 2,200 screens coming out. Like, I don't know where there's going to be room for this shit, because at my theater, Avengers, I went to see it at a cruddy theater, and
cruddy.
it's a 10-plex.
There's stuff all over the seats.
And Avengers was on 7 screens, so I don't know.
Part of that is like Disney demands that crap, right? Like,
yeah, I don't
Disney,
know what it is lately, but I remember it was kind of
like Disney basically, like, they set how many screens. Like, oh, you have 10, we want 7.
Yeah, something like that.
Or you get 0.
Right.
Like they did the thing with Tarantino at the Cinerama Dome in LA.
Oh yeah, because Star Wars is coming out that weekend.
Because Star Wars is coming out, and he had it booked for the Hateful Eight, and they literally went, "No, you're gonna give it to Star Wars," and they're like, "We already have a contract with Tarantino," and they went, "You either give it to Star Wars for that one theater, or none of your theaters get it." And so they broke contract with Tarantino, because like Disney just pushes everyone around because they can. Night, John, Kyle Stanton.
God damn. Yeah. Good night, John.
Good night, John.
Thanks for stopping by.
Indeed. Thank you for coming by. I hope you're out of the doghouse from Saturday. I'm certain you were in the doghouse that night.
Right. That was fun. That was fun, though.
So because of Disney's tactics at the theaters, I've read something, and it was a while ago. It wasn't even fairly recently, that Warner Brothers is seriously trying to get their. So it takes usually 90 days before a film, because it's this contract that studios and theaters have. You need 90 days before you can release it to home media. And Warner Brothers has been actively trying to amend or get out of those contracts so that they could just do opening night, or as close to opening night as possible, where they just say, all right, $50 VOD, you can watch it tonight if you want.
Yeah.
And they're trying, because of those tactics that Disney is doing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I don't know how that will work, but like, because it's like that will work for tentpole movies, but that's not going to work for your average movie.
Yeah. It's an interesting conversation to have, because I mean, pick a movie that's coming out this weekend. I like pick any one of them. All right, so
Intruder.
So, do you think it would do better by, I don't know, it being out at home immediately, or being in the theaters, coming in sixth place 1 week, 10th the next, and then gone within 3 weeks, and then you have to wait 90 days on top of that before?
Well, Intruder in particular, has a chance of making more money than the kid one does, I think, in some ways, because there's no other movie out like it right now. That if you've already seen Endgame and you want a date night movie, that's like, that could work, right? Like, but I don't necessarily think. I don't know. I don't think it would have made a ton of money. Like, I don't think people are going to pay $40 to see that in their house.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Right? So for that price, sure.
Because it's a night out with your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Like, it's a night out. Whereas we're going to pay $40 to see a movie that if we just wait 6 months, we could see on Netflix.
Yeah, okay. I guess, but it'd be intriguing to know like what the numbers would be for.
It would be,
because it'll die off, and then interest will die off. But if it's out on home media immediately.
No, if they make it reasonable, like
$40.
$40 for Endgame would have been reasonable.
Yeah, right? No, it has to have something that draws interest.
Like for the Intruder movie, saying $15 or $20 may be reasonable, because again, if you got to get a babysitter and do all that stuff, then it's like you're going to pay $60, $70, $80 for a night out anyways. But if it's $20 and we can stay in and watch this movie but I just think a movie like Intruder, right? Unless you're desperate to see that movie, there are other movies like that on Netflix that you could watch if you already have Netflix for free. Like, you've already paid for it for your $12 a month or whatever it is. So, like, if you're just looking for a fun movie to watch, like, whatever streaming service you're paying for generally has crap similar to that, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just like I think tentpole movies could stand a chance of doing that. Like, so a movie that's going to be big, like Aquaman might have done well and stuff like that. But I don't think like Intruder and stuff like that. I don't know, but I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, it's just hard, because stuff that could be forgettable. Let's, like you said, though, $40 is absurd.
Yeah.
But something that perhaps otherwise wouldn't get much play at the theater.
Yeah.
If it has easy access, and again, you got to think about the studios, they're not paying as much for it. They're just dumping a digital code to whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's not film anymore, so it's not that much cost. You're just sending hard drives to a bunch of theaters. It's a little different. I'm curious to see what the cost difference is with them not having to send 3,000 hard drives out. What like what's possible for them? What would draw more interest for a movie that wouldn't normally get much play? Did you get the message there?
Oh no. In Skype.
Yeah. Do you have him on your thing, Dino?
I have an old one from when we did something, but it's not active, so there must be a different one.
I think that's it. Oh, I sent it to you on Facebook.
Okay, gotcha.
Eh.
Okay, yeah, must be a newer one or a different one. So, huh? Okay, gotcha.
You got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, them putting that many movies up this weekend, it's certainly not confidence, but do you think it's a little cannibalistic to each other? Because I mean, Ugly Dolls is an animation or a kids movie.
Yeah. At least they're very different.
Yeah.
Like Ugly Dolls is nothing like whatever the other one we just mentioned was.
Intruder.
Like they're vast. Like you're not going to have a lot of spillover for people who want to see this one, who want to see that one. Kids want to see the Ugly Dolls one. Women want to see Intruder.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's probably that's the demographic it's going for.
That's a Screen Gems movie. It's a Cody has an interesting theory about Screen Gems and releasing these urban thrillers every year, which last year was like Breaking In or something, where it's a mostly African American driven cast with a thriller premise.
Yeah.
And the last one is the comedy with Seth Rogen. Long Shot.
I think that, I don't know, like, I really don't know what they were thinking, but I don't know if there's a good time to none of those movies, like, I guess the doll movie, if it was released on the right weekend, would have done well. I don't think, like, it would have done well if kids are hyped for it. I have no clue if kids are hyped for that movie whatsoever. But the other two movies, I don't think are getting first place any weekend they go up anyways. So
I agree.
So it's like, where was a good time to put them? So this is as good a time as any, I guess, because they're like, they don't have any competition for their brand of movie. One's a romantic comedy, one's a thriller, one's an animated kids film.
Yeah, but are you gonna go trek to the movie theater and deal with crowds? Are you gonna go out of your way to deal with the spillover crowds from Avengers just to watch one of these three movies?
No.
Yeah, I think it's like repellent.
No, unless there's like a birthday party that's for little kids and stuff like that. I don't see any of these like movies doing well this weekend. There's too many people who are still going to be seeing, like, I think either Thursday or Friday night I'm going out to see Endgame again because, like I said, Beth didn't get to see it. So we're going to go see it because, I got to talk to her about it sooner or later or I'm going to just go nuts. So, but yeah, I don't think it's a good time for any of those movies to come out, but I don't think there is a good time.
I would just not release anything this week. That's what I would do.
I would have left it, but then I don't know what it's going. I
agree.
What's coming out next week?
The 10th?
Yeah.
That's an excellent question.
If you look at what's coming out in the next 3 weeks, it's like, was there a better time, really?
Well, I don't have next week, so I can't answer that. I don't know if anything significant comes out next week.
Let's see.
You want me to look?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I got it. Unless you're looking to, Peter.
I can look.
Detective Pikachu.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be big.
And The Hustle.
Which, that would have taken. See, The Hustle would have taken a lot of the money from Seth Rogen's movie and from the Intruder movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Pikachu's going to be a big thing. So it's like, and then that sadly is going to be a thing. So that like
Lindsay thinks that may dethrone maybe
I don't
Pikachu.
think so.
Avengers.
Yeah, I
but,
think Pikachu will dethrone
Mm.
Endgame.
No.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Worldwide, it may.
Oh, sure. Worldwide, sure. I don't
North
think so
America,
here.
maybe. I don't know. It has a lot of kid value in it and stuff.
I think we figured
Most-
it has to do like 80 million.
Most of the people who will have wanted to see Endgame will have seen it by 2 weeks from now.
Sure.
Like a lot of people aren't going to be going there will be people going to see it again for the third and fourth time. I guarantee it. But
Or 7th and 8th if you're
yeah, seventh and eighth. But most people who are like, oh, I want to see Pikachu. I've already seen Endgame. I'm not going to spend money on that when I can go see this brand new movie that looks adorable with Ryan Reynolds and blah blah. Blah. It's like, I think it'll do well. That should probably dethrone it, but not by much. But I could be completely wrong. Look, I'm not in first place anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Which is a good segue. That's a good segue.
Mm.
So Peter, Dino, excuse
No,
me.
Dino's first, not me.
Dino, there you go. You've officially won the right
Yeah.
to run your mouth.
Officially
and go
this
first.
time. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
No fighting, no coin toss. Just fucking give it to us.
Oh man. Okay. First place I'm going to put Avengers, of course.
Shocker.
Number 2, I'm going to put Long Shot.
Okay.
And number 3, I have Intruder. Number 4, Ugly Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And 5, Captain America. I mean, every time I do it, Captain Marvel.
Okie dokie. So for those not in the transition, Lindsay had Endgame in first, Ugly Dolls in second, Marvel in third, The Curse of La Llorona in fourth, and Long Shot in fifth.
Mm.
Mr.
Okay.
Second place.
All right. Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Dolls.
Mm.
Captain Marvel.
Mm.
Intruder. Long Shot.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Mm.
Dino's gonna get way ahead of me.
Oh, jeez. Don't give up, Peter. Come on.
That's okay. I don't mind being in last place. I did it for a while.
It's a full year. We're not even
Well,
halfway done.
exactly. Yeah, and we're all very close together, even though CP keeps saying, I mean, you're like...
Is that what I say? I go,
Yeah. Well, every time I say it, we're close together. You're 13-3. I mean, that's
I'm a point and a half behind Lindsay, who's a point plus behind Peter, who's a point plus behind you. So
in
it's
1
just,
week.
it's just separated more evenly now. That's all.
Right.
He's not a point plus behind me. He's under a point.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He's 1484. I'm 1553.
So
Dino's a full point in front of me. And I'm 3/4, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I guess I'm 3+ points behind Dino is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
3 points and change.
Chain a lot.
3 points and 21. 21.
With all that said,
Yeah.
which has the higher screen count between
The Dolls.
Ugly Dolls?
Yeah.
Thick.
I think it said 3,000. That's what you put it on the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
The other one was like 22.
Yeah, 3,600 Ugly Dolls.
Okay, well, there you go. Even more than I thought.
Long Shot 31 and The Intruder 2,200.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say Ugly Dolls
And Fuego says faith-based films have legs.
Yeah.
That CP. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
That is a fair assessment.
Well,
Yeah.
some of them do, some of them don't. But yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Ugly Dolls in second. Fuck, what's it called? Shit.
Intruder.
Shit, no, not
Long
Intruder.
shot. Long shot.
Yeah, Long Shot in third. Intruder in fourth. And fuck it. Breakdown.
Fifth.
Breakthrough.
That's my fifth was either Captain Marvel or Breakthrough. So yeah, we both got different ones then.
Yeah, it's pretty messy. Dino's on his own for second, third, fourth, and fifth.
So Dino's gonna get a whole lot of points.
Well,
Or
come on, or not going to get no points. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting week. Either Dino pulls away or it just gets 10 times sloppier.
It could
I
get
think it's probably
sloppy.
gonna get 10 times.
Yeah.
And Fuego, those faith-based films have legs, and they know how to use them.
Oh, look at this. Fuego's putting his picks in. Avengers 1, Ugly Dolls 2, Long Shot 3, Intruder 4, Breakthrough 5.
No,
Those
That's
aren't bad
Breakthrough
picks.
That's literally my picks.
Those aren't bad picks.
Fuego, I agree with you immensely.
he changed it. He did have it up higher.
Oh, wait, what did he have? Oh, he had
He
Avengers,
had,
Ugly Dolls, Long Shot, Breakthrough, La Llorona.
Oh, okay. Switched it up then. Yeah, your second picks looked much, much better. That's for sure.
and he knows because he's in first place. So
Right.
just listen to Dino, man.
Yeah.
He's got place all to himself.
Dino knows a lot about the first quarter of the year, so
Yes.
the most important time of years for movies is always January through April, guys. Come on.
Yes.
We shall see.
That's neat. Fuego, it's a shame you couldn't get in the Skype. It's rather than just typing all this to us, you could have just told us.
Got you for the future. We'll talk
Yeah,
about next
yeah.
week there, Fuego.
Another time, Fuego, definitely.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to say?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. It didn't say anything offensive. See, we put this on your channel.
I know.
Yeah, we were all. Well, I was very offensive. I talked about the fact that I didn't like the fact that women were all in the same place at the same time. That was
Unless it's
offensive.
kitchen.
Yeah, these are usually pretty.
There was a sale, and
Yeah, risque and all this, but it probably didn't help much that I didn't see the movie. But hey, we got next week, right? So,
Yeah.
a lot to talk about next week.
Brie Larson might do something ridiculous in the next
She
week
just
anyway.
might. She just might.
just wait.
That's
But
awesome.
but anyways, yeah. Thank you for everybody who showed up and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And again, anybody who don't know, I think you guys all do in the chat anyway, so they know what. Yeah, head on over to Willis Screedia. Links down below for show business every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and podcast on iTunes and Google Play Store. You can listen to us, right?
Are we not on? There's
One hasn't been updated in a while.
It's
yeah.
upda-
Podbean should be
It's updated.
Yeah.
It hasn't been updated for like a while, for like at least a month.
Mine's all updated. I'm subscribed to us in Apple iTunes, and newest shows up there, Peter.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
I
with
checked
Peter
Podbean
because-
the other day, and it was, So
No, I go to my podcasts.
I don't know why I'm with Peter. There's one. I think it is Podbean that
yeah,
I have the subscription or whatever and notify.
let me check it.
Yep, no, and you go to where's the show business one? Oh shoot, can't find it.
See.
No, but I looked the other day.
Show business. The last one that shows me is like March 15th to 17th.
Nope.
Us,
I
deal.
here we go. I got April 19th through the 21st. pre-gaming endgame, so I'm all up to date on iTunes. My
Yeah,
Apple.
iTunes, yes, iTunes has last week
Yeah.
pre-game, endgame,
Right.
but
So we're all good.
Podbean
no,
doesn't.
no, Podbean is a different thing.
Podbean is totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, but it should be the same RSS feed.
Yeah. Once it's up on Podbean, it goes directly to Google Play and iTunes podcasts on all Apple products. Everything's good. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but it's all
I
good.
don't know, man. It's like whatever.
Okay.
Oh, awesome, Fuego. Enjoy yourselves at Texas Frightmare. Was that this week?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Uh,
Later, Fuego. Enjoy that, man. Felix and everybody else, thank you very much. Check me out live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. around. Me and Ted will be doing our live top 10 list of all time. Me and Ted's choices, fantasy films. So there you go.
Let me plug something because it's
Yeah,
not
go
my
ahead.
channel and I don't want to. So I have influential reasons to join, what is it called? The Amino app. So in the near future, look for Willis Greedia content on the Amino app.
That's so funny. My daughters used to use that.
I'm on
took
there. Yeah.
I took a glance at it, Peter, and holy shit, did I say, yikes. Can't wait to be mixed in with all those.
Yeah, my daughters used to use it for chatting, and they don't anymore. Neither one of them do.
Yeah.
Well,
Used to.
they're paying with money, so
There you go.
yay, Amino.
Horror Amino. Cool. Okay.
I got to plug something. That's so
There
crazy.
you
I'll,
go.
I'll plug something before I go.
Yeah.
So Daily Beard every day. There are
Every
there's-
day.
every day, literally. I haven't missed a day this year so far, which is kind of impressive for me.
Why?
But,
Wait, what?
What? So this week I have a segment where I do question of the week, and I got 3 questions which I'm going to be answering this week, all from Raiders AK.
Oh, Felix.
Ah, excellent.
Felix asked me some interesting questions, so I looked at them. So I will be answering all 3
Tell me
questions.
they're not abortion.
No, they're faith-based questions about
Felix.
Christianity and Islam.
Good for you,
But
Felix.
They're good questions, so I have no problem with them.
Cool.
So I will be answering them this week. I'm not sure what day, but so look for that.
Cool.
The Daily Beard.
The Daily Beard. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, cool. With that said, I guess we'll end it. Thanks
Fuck
everybody.
women.